afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, May 12th, 2019. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and specifically to the mothers who are with or married to a man who's being victimized by child support. Just hang in there with him. He's going through a really tough time. Okay? It's not his fault. He's just a victim, just like anybody else who's a victim of fraud. Okay? If you're watching my channel, you're trying to figure out how to get out of it. Okay? So my wife went through it with me. It was really stressful. Okay? So trust me, I understand. I get a lot of emails from girlfriends and wives trying to help out, their men. Okay? It kills me. Sometimes I can't always help everybody. All right? All right, so if you need to reach me, my email is rick, R-I-C-K, 0327 at me.com. That is for reaching out to me to find out how you can receive my paperwork in exchange for a gift. Okay, I do not work hand in hand with you personally. I'm not allowed to legally. Okay, my paperwork is made for everybody. It comes with instructions, and of course, if you get confused with the instructions, I have no problem responding to the email. A lot of times I find people don't pay attention to details. It's very important that you pay attention to details, especially in this game. Okay, they know this, the child support people. Okay, they need your ignorance. It's needed. And your fear. Okay, so if you're educating yourself, you're working on your ignorance, and you need to be brave. You need to believe and trust the information. Okay, and the information that you have rights under your state constitution and the United States Constitution. Okay, you have to believe that. And if you're in a courtroom setting and one of these people tell you this, then they're trespassing upon your rights and you have to correct them. They cannot tell you the Constitution does not count here. They cannot tell you that. And if they do, you tell them, where is my signature where I waive my rights? That's the only way possible that you could say that to me legally. If you're saying that to me, then you're trespass. You are now a trespasser. You are trespassing upon my rights. And there is no judicial immunity for trespassing upon rights. They want the whole world to believe that they have judicial immunity. It is, I see it all the time. If I'm reading something on the internet, something related to to that subject, or I'm watching a YouTube channel and like going to have some type of reference on some channel, like news, like a news clip, and they'll say, yeah, but you cannot sue judges. They have judicial immunity. That's a presumption. It's a presumption. Okay. All you have to do is offer evidence as proof that your rights are being violated and their judicial immunity goes out the window. Why do you think they have insurance? I mentioned that in one of my last videos. Okay, they have insurance because they know that they're violating. Their job is to violate your constitutional rights. See, what they're supposed to do on paper and then what they do in reality are two entirely different things. Okay, same thing with child support. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do in this video is, before I get started, let me get started on something positive. I had one of my subscribers who got my paperwork. His name is Ryan. He submitted my paperwork. They froze his bank account. He submitted paperwork to the child support agency, and the child support agency, they released his bank account, and he got his funds back too. Okay, so also, I've this week I had two people 2 days in a row go to court to submit the paperwork, and again, this is what they do. You're gonna have to stop them from doing this. They're not allowed to walk away with your paperwork for 10 minutes and then come back and tell you they can't file it. They're supposed to accept it, right? They just have to look at it, make sure it is a affidavit of service, make sure you signed it, and that is it. Okay? They're not allowed to walk away for 10 minutes and let some judge or fake judge read it and then tell them, or what they're really doing is they're rejecting your paperwork off the record. So there's no record of them actually dismissing your paperwork. That's what they're doing. All right? And it's illegal. I know it's tough. Listen, these clerks are really, really rotten. All right? And I made paperwork for you guys. There's a folder that I provide for you guys. I have my paperwork. It's called Clerks Affidavits. And you open it up and it has their affidavits that you give to the clerk to force them to file your paperwork. It's helped many of my people. That's the reason. This is not the first time this is happening. This has happened a lot. Okay? But it's happening more now because my paperwork now is stronger than ever. This is my best work I've ever done. Okay? Like the last week, I've been doing some crazy research, updating my paperwork. It's very tedious. Like I'll spend 2 or 3 hours in the morning just updating my paperwork, and it's very tedious. All right, and I'll show you in this video. All right, but you have to get these clerks to accept your paperwork. Okay, this is one of the affidavits I made. I took this and I chopped up the other ones I have, and I added, I put it together like this. Okay, it is the ministerial duty for clerk employees to accept the delivery of pleadings and timestamp and record pleadings, and it is not the ministerial duty of a clerk employee to refuse to accept pleadings for some alleged procedural defect. Everybody out there, I had one guy this week that saying that it didn't match, it was a wrong format. My pleadings are written on court pleading paperwork. It's accepted throughout the whole country. It's in the right format. It's baloney. They just don't want to accept this paperwork because it's really strong. So what I'm about to tell you here, the Supreme Court says they're not allowed to reject your paperwork for some local rules, like some procedural nonsense. I've made the comment, you could actually, there have been people who've been jailed who have gotten themselves out of jail by getting a piece of paper and a pencil and writing up a writ of habeas corpus to get themselves out. Okay, because they didn't have access to a law library or didn't have access to a lawyer. I'm talking about in the past, of course. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that you could write in crayon. So long as it's legible, they're supposed to accept it. Now, I'm not telling you to write in crayon, obviously. I'm just making a point that they're supposed to accept your pleadings. And again, so long as they are legible, they must accept them. Okay, because this one guy, they were trying to make him use their paperwork. Where they give you 2 or 3 lines. How are you gonna describe something in 2 or 3 lines? They do that purposely. Okay, all right. Or tell the undersigned to wait while some employee takes the pleadings to a judge or surrogate judge to be reviewed off the record, so the judge or surrogate judge can reject pleadings off the record while ordering clerk employee to not accept pleadings for some non-existent procedural defect. This is happening. This is real. Okay? The clerk office of the court is required by Supreme Court law, United States Code, and federal rules of evidence to accept and file pleadings. The respondent is required to answer alleged claims by file. See, how can you, if they don't accept your pleadings, you could be in default. And what they're really doing by not accepting your pleadings, they're obstructing. Your testimony is written on paper. That's what this is. The best testimony you can give is on paper, and then you sign it at the end under the threat of perjury. Okay, that's the best testimony you can give. That way you're not stuttering. You don't have to search for words. It's on paper. Okay. By physically delivering the plea, it is a ministerial duty, right? Under here, 18 U.S.C. 2076, clerk of the court, United States District Court, whoever being a clerk of the court, hold on. Willfully refuses or neglects to make or forward any report, certificate, statement, or document as required by law shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year. So it's a misdemeanor or both. All right. So this is serious stuff. They're supposed to accept it. Okay. And I'll do it real slow. I'm not going to read all of it. We got to get moving. Okay. So I'll go nice and slow. You guys can freeze it, look at it. If you want to write it down yourselves, go right ahead. Look at this is all the footnotes down here. Look how nice that is. That's how strong my paperwork is now. And all my paperwork looks like that. Here's another thing. You have free access to judicial tribunals by the Supreme Court under Crandall versus Nevada. Okay. Living as we do under common government, charged with the great concerns of the whole Union, every citizen of the United States, from the most remote states, you see how they spell states with a capital S? So this is obviously, it's 1868, huh? 1868. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say because I'm not sure. All right. Not only to the principal departments established at Washington, but also to its judicial tribunals and public offices in every state of the Union. So that means you have free access to judicial tribunals. Those are courts. Okay? I've mentioned, I haven't been able to find it, but the fees are for legal people, for lawyers. They're not for you. Do you have to pay a fee if you go see, if God forbid you're a victim of a crime? If you go to see a sheriff or a police officer, do you have to pay any fees to file a police report? No. It's the same thing. Okay, and that's what they're saying basically here. Obviously I can't have the whole thing here. All right. And then they have to give the reasons here. All right. This is what's going on right now. That's how strong my paperwork is. And if any of you are out there are hesitant because maybe you've seen a couple of videos by a couple of assholes that made videos about me. Okay, just think about the type of idiot that would make that type of video. Okay, you don't see me doing that. I don't have to. You don't see me bad mouthing anybody. I keep to myself. I don't even mention their names because I don't want any of you going and watching them. There's a lot of idiots out there. Okay, you have to be careful where you get your information from. But any idiot badmouthing me, trust me. Go look in the comments section. All the people that come to my defense. Okay, I am truly trying to help people. Okay, this is proof that the money was put back into his account. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. proof that he sent it by registered mail and they received it. What happened was, again, they received it and then his bank account was unfrozen. Okay, that's unbelievable. Okay, it's been a little over a month now. Here's a quick update. I've peppered the VA child support scam artist with some of your paperwork. As you know, since I updated you every step I took, but I had to tell him, like, dude, you don't gotta give me every update. He's a great guy, this guy, Ryan. He doesn't have to, you don't have to give me every update. Yeah, and he got it. Okay, he got sick. Anyways, the last time I spoke to them by phone, they wanted 1,000 of the 4,000 in arrears, or they would take court action and not unfreeze my bank account. So right after that is when he hit him with my paperwork. I just went to check my bank account, which they had frozen, and much to my surprise, the bank removed the hold on the same day the Virginia Child Support Agency received it and even credited me the legal fees back. Okay? This is legit. Okay? Now you can read the bottom. Okay? I'm just showing you that this stuff works. Okay? It doesn't work all the times. We're dealing with criminals. All right? And he attached those pictures that I showed. He's just trying to prove that it worked. Okay? And this is what he filed. He filed response to interstate income withholding order within 45 days, cease and desist income withholding by state Title 4D child support enforcement, rebuttal to child support agencies claim default in child support debt or arrearages. He filed 3 of them. Okay, those of you that have my paperwork, go look at them. Okay, I've numbered them now. He doesn't have them numbered. What I did is I tried to simplify it and numbered them for you guys. Okay, here's the thing. I cannot give general instructions because everybody's situation is different. And some people would have to file one particular affidavit while some others may not have to. So that's why I have to describe everything. Okay? I provide you with more than enough ammunition, information to put you in a position to win. It's up to you then after that. Okay? You have to trust in the law and as it's written, Constitution, your state constitution. You have to learn about your state sovereignty rights. Okay? This is the second part if you want to read it. And fuck those trolls. I mean, F those trolls. I consume all of your contact. And I noticed that those trolls and forever time wasters seem to nag at your sanity. Yeah, because I don't like when people call me a liar and a fraud. It bothers me. Okay? I have integrity. Big time. Okay? I try and help everybody. All right? So, yeah, it does bother me. But only because it's not true. And the people doing it are complete idiots. Okay? And you got to learn your sovereignty. Okay? You got to learn your state rights. There are some good videos on YouTube about state rights. I suggest you watch them. Okay? All right, so I'm going to stop the video here. This will be part 1. And then I'll make the second portion.